This is Know a Little Talk a Lot podcast. We are your hosts, Alexander Wiley.
And Nadia Anwar.
Stars, Stats, and Us. We are extremely excited to announce that we have our first guest on the show, Mr. Royce Shockley. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Oh,
Yes.
fantastic.
Royce is in the building. Okay, so I know Royce because he popped my sketch comedy cherry.
Very nice.
Through the Color Collective, that is a sketch comedy show and team that I'm on, produced by Royce,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
an incredibly talented human being who has created this team. So please talk to us about what this team is.
So essentially, the Color Collective is a sketch variety show. Really just kind of inspired from watching In Living Color back in the day and SNL, Chappelle Show. And I kind of wanted to create, my own version of this, where we combine sketch, stand-up, clowning, live music, dance, all these things where no matter what color you are, you'll see yourself on stage as well as hear your voice heard.
And
Because
that's so
everyone's
important.
story is important, no matter
So
what you
important. That is beautiful, and we're gonna get into that way more. But we want to first, actually, we want to talk about how Xander. How do you know Royce?
I know Royce from everything Nadia just said.
He also popped your cherry. Just kidding.
Yeah, he actually did. I'd never been to a sketch show.
You had never been to. Oh, there you go.
No, I'd been to improv shows, but never a sketch show.
There
so,
you go, Royce. You were just
All right.
popping cherries
Thank
left
you,
and
my
right.
friend.
All right, so the way we're going to start off this episode is we're going to go ahead and do what Xander does not want to do, but me and Royce want to do. We are also live on, not live, but we are on YouTube. We're going to be uploading this on YouTube, and we're going to have this beautiful shot of Salsa Tequila. We're not sponsored by them, but if they want to sponsor us, go for it. So right now, we are going to go ahead and take that shot. All right, bottoms up.
I don't think Popo wants me to move my hand. He's busy licking
I'm sure that everyone can see this, but my dog hates everyone, but of course loves Royce, and now he won't leave him alone. But okay, cheers to having Royce Shockley on our podcast,
Thank you
our
for
first
being
guest.
Our first guest, buddy.
Cheers.
Yes.
First guest.
My gosh.
Oh, that was good.
Nice and chilled.
I'm gonna chase mine with a red Sour Patch.
I'm going to chase mine with beer.
And I'm gonna chase mine with beer. Cheers, Royce.
Cheers.
So we're doing this episode differently because we felt we needed to loosen up a little bit and have a good time and just get to know somebody. And who better than Royce, because he understands the business. He's been doing this for a while. And Xander and I are both actors, so that's why we started this podcast. We decided what should we talk about? And we're still kind of figuring that out, but our main goal is to talk about like stars, stats, and us. And stars mean, pop culture. Stats is like sports to us, but it also could be politics. And us is us, and it is shameless self-promotion, but also, why not?
Oh, it's not about the movie?
Oh, my bad.
Oh, I thought that's why I was here.
Oh.
Sorry, Jordan Peele. It's not about us, the movie.
Well, the dog is here, so I'll stay.
All right. Thank God.
So, I want to continue to talk about Color Collective, going on that, because, that is, to me, even, that's a super big deal, because like you said, it's about being able to see yourself on stage, which is huge. Obviously, for me, growing up, I'm a white male, so everywhere I looked, I had representation of myself. SNL, TV, movies, everything I looked and just saw myself. So I never even, it's not even a second thought to me,
Mm-hmm.
And now that I've had Nadia in my life for so long, she's made me be aware of that, and she's opened my eyes to how they're underrepresented.
Underrepresented.
Yeah, yeah. So, just tell me about what how that makes you feel being able to bring that to life, how to bring everybody so everyone can see themselves on stage.
Well, the reason why I started this is because when I started doing comedy, I guess it's been 5 years now. When I first started out, coming to LA, like I decided to start doing comedy because I was bored and wanted to meet new people, so I found an improv class on Yelp, and that's how I ended up going.
Dude, that's so epic.
And as I was doing the class,
what class was it?
This class, it was from through Improv LA.
Okay.
And
are they still in business?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they are. So I did took this class. I was like, oh, this is fun. I'm kind of good at this. I want to keep going. And then they, recommended me to a couple of the places to hey, go, to go take classes here and there. And ended up going from being a hobby to now wanting to be my career. And one thing I noticed when I started out is that there weren't a lot of people on stage that looked like me, or had the same experiences or talked about the same things. Like, I'd go to an improv show and I'd see really just honestly, I'd see a bunch of white dudes with beards talking about Harry Potter. And it's like, okay, I have two things in common with them. I'm also a guy and I have a beard. Nothing else that I know is hey, I haven't seen Harry Potter. I know. But
no, I've watched it. You're not alone. I hated the books. I was in 6th grade. I got a D in English. Yeah, you can judge me if you want to. I watch the movies now, and I love Harry Potter world, but Harry Potter's not for everyone. And you don't have to feel like you're a blasphemous person because you don't like Harry Potter. That's a whole nother fucking episode.
I'm sure that is, which I see that you have some information. You have a feeling about that.
So many people get in their feelings about Harry Potter, and it's dude, not everyone cares.
Right, and the whole thing was just that.
Going back to your class.
I got.
How are his levels? Are they good?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I just wanted to see that. It was a little frustrating where it was oh, everyone's talking about the same thing, or is the same type of thing happening, or the same people. There weren't even a lot of women on stage either. Where it's this doesn't seem right. This isn't a representation of everything that's out there. So then once I eventually, started, getting on a sketch team and then at times felt typecast or, just assumed that oh well, he's the black guy. Well, I have him do this. It was you know what? Screw this. I need to do my own thing.
Yeah.
And that's where the idea kind of started. Because it first started with Black Magic Live, which was a show that started with two of my friends, the other two black guys in the comedy community at that particular theater that I was at the time.
Are you guys still cool?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I want to ask. So I want a timeline. So you started this improv class in what year? It was 5 years ago.
Yeah, so in January 2013 is when it started.
How soon did you create Black Magic Live?
That happened.
A year later?
2016.
Okay, 3 years later.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just trying to see how much of a failure I am. So, okay, so that's not that bad. That's okay, 3 years. You had 3 years to scratch the surface and be okay, I'm underrepresented. I need something to make me feel better. So then you started Black Magic Live. How long was that? And that was successful.
Yeah, that lasted almost a year. And the show, it had success. Our first show, there was a sketch written on it that that brought the news out. Because essentially one of the writers and co-creators of it, Cash Abdulmalik, he wrote this sketch essentially about a particular product that one would normally use to keep from, wanting cigarettes, was it Nicoderm and Nicorette? Well, he wrote a sketch about Nicoderm.
Okay.
It's a patch that, you would give to police so they wouldn't shoot unarmed black men.
Yeah.
Needless to say, the sketch got a little bit of traction.
Right.
partially because one of the members, who we didn't know at the time, was also a law enforcement officer.
Oh.
So
was he offended by it?
Oh no, he was
Okay.
in the video.
He was Vice.
Yeah, he was
sketch Vice.
One of right. One of his coworkers, I guess, saw it, realized it was him, and then was mad, and there was a whole thing. We had to do. We did news interviews, ended up on the national CBS website.
Wow.
And all of this, Black Lives Matter, like tweeted in support of
That's
us.
Oh, that's big.
All of this, so it was like that. It was in that moment where it was like, wait a minute, like we really can use
your platform,
our pain, and our and like things that we go through to make comedy, and also just to as a way like to deal with things, like comedy to heal from things.
Yeah.
So as things went on, the show ended up evolving to where it wasn't just about a group of black people. It was more about everybody.
Yeah.
And that's when we took a short hiatus, came back as the Color Collective, to where we could ensure that everybody was on stage. Because figure, if I was feeling this way as a black man, I can only imagine that someone that is Asian, a woman, someone that is gay, like they all feel the same way because they don't see themselves
and
on
that
stage.
was in 2015, correct?
No, that happened in 2017. So,
Color Collective. Oh, okay.
yeah, so that was
Okay.
May of 2017.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it was only. What was it? Last week we had our 2-year friend
Yeah,
anniversary.
we had our 2-year anniversary, and I was like, I've not known you for 10 years. It's weird. When you know, like when you connect with someone, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I've known you longer, and you're like, no.
Nope, just been 2.
No, and yeah. So that's awesome.
And that's kind of what it's evolving, because wanted to have a show where where it didn't matter what you were.
Mm-hmm.
We have white men in our cast, we have white women in our cast.
Yeah.
We have
Everyone.
pretty much everyone,
Yeah.
because no matter who you are, you should get hurt. Because
can
we're all in this
play.
together.
We can all play together.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's the whole thing. It's like, we're all in this together. We all
Isn't
deal
it
with the same
crazy?
shit.
It's like maybe our team is like one of 5, maybe. I don't know if I can off the top of my head list 5.
Oh, 5 diverse shows in Los Angeles.
Yeah. Isn't that sad?
If we're saying diverse as in has a
mixed
little
bag.
bit of everyone.
A little bit of everyone. That's what I'm referring to.
I don't know more than 3.
Exactly.
That were put together for the express purpose
Yes.
of being a diverse show.
It's just crazy
There
how
are-
sometimes I feel like we work against each other as the minorities, but that's also a different topic. But that's
that's
yeah,
a whole nother episode.
that's incredible that you use this and you created Color Collective.
From outside perspective of me going to the shows and watching, to me what you have done and are doing seems like really successful. Like you've reached a level of success. And I know sometimes when you're in it, when you're in the trenches, doing the work, you don't really take the time to reflect on what you've done, and you don't really, even if people are telling you how much of a success or how great is what you're doing, you don't really, it doesn't seep in really. So from the outside, I would say that you're successful having this diversity sketch team that's been going now for 2+ years and one of the only teams in Los Angeles. I mean, to me, that's a huge deal. Does that resonate with you as that big of a deal, or is it just like you're just scratching the surface of what you want to do?
It does at times, because it is hard, like you said, when you're in it, to kind of to see the forest from the trees, basically. Yeah. But there are times that you have to take a step back and to say that, hey, we really have created something good here, something that's needed. Mm-hmm. Trying to find something that was otherwise lacking. And a lot of times, I usually get reminded of this, usually after a show where someone will come up and say, thank you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really the best compliment I could ever get and have gotten, where, I remember last year at the Fringe Festival, we had a sketch that was about a Filipino holiday. Mm. And someone after the show came up to me and said, yeah, thank you for doing this. I never would have thought that I was going to see something like this. Like that's my aunt. She does this, and like you're just like I had tears when I was watching it. It's like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm actually seeing this, because like, you know, otherwise she wouldn't have seen this on TV. She wouldn't have seen this anywhere else, because people are so underrepresented where it's like, you know, it's not understood that, hey, there are multiple points of view, and while it doesn't even have to be about a different color of anything, is really, is we all have the same stories. They're just, you know, slightly different. Like, everybody has an aunt that's just nosy as hell.
Right.
Everybody has
the judgmental,
you know, the judgmental cousin.
Yeah.
Everybody has a ratchet little sister. Like, you know, snobby. It's just it's just slightly different, you know, amongst like the races and experiences.
Even white people have that shit.
Oh, everyone does. Yeah.
Dear white people.
Yeah. You know, so it's.
That's not.
It's just one of those.
I love that though.
It's one of those things where it's just that, you know, this is something for everyone can enjoy, because we all have a lot of the same shared experiences.
Exactly.
You know, we may see them slightly differently. They may go through a different light, but at the heart of it all, you know,
we're all human beings.
We're all humans. Like, we all go through the same basic things.
Now, you mentioned Fringe, so we want to get the dates out there now. So when is Color Collective performing Fringe? So that people can
go. What is Fringe?
Okay,
so
that's a good plan. Yeah.
The Hollywood Fringe Festival is a almost like month-long festival of all kinds of theater. So you'll see everything from one-act plays to immersive theater, musicals, cabaret, comedy, full-on theatrical productions. You know, typically, like, you know, for a lot cheaper than you normally would see. Right. That you go, if you're going to the Pantages or whatever else for a big Broadway type production, and something where everyone gets to just express their voice. So, you know, some people were talking about, you know, experiences very near and dear to them. Some people are just putting up something that, you know, thought like, hey, this will be fun, let me just put it up, or something silly.
Right.
So it's a great time just to see all kinds of live theater and just live entertainment and seeing the talent that the city has to offer. It's really great to be a part of the festival, and, you know, where there are like almost like over 400 shows and thousands of performers, and then even like and then tens of thousands of people that come and support live theater and just to see.
If you are like a new performer and you just moved to LA, or like if you've been here for a few years, you feel like you're not getting heard. What an incredible space to be able to put your work out.
Exactly.
It's just so important, because actually big people go watch these shows.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And they see what kind of talent is in Hollywood. Right. And it's they pay attention to the people creating their own work.
Exactly. Just like Phoebe Waller-Bridge from Fleabag. Fleabag was a Fringe show.
There you go.
And from that, you know, from her doing her Fringe show, it got seen, and she did it in London, did it all these other places. It got picked up by Amazon and developed as a show, and now she's writing and she can do whatever she wants.
I want to talk about how sketch comedy, besides SNL, doesn't really get put on air anymore, but I also want you to say the dates.
Yes, so our preview night is June 6th at 8:30. We have our opening night on the 14th, and so for the 14th, 19th, and 22nd, those shows are at 6:30. The 23rd is at 8:30, and the 29th is at 4:30. Tickets are only $10.
$10 is so cheap, and if you don't remember any of those dates, I'm sorry to put you on the spot. You can go to Color Collective Facebook page.
Yeah, you can find us at Color Collective Comedy on Instagram. Is it
Color Collective or at Color Collective? I forget.
Color Collective Comedy.
On
That's
Facebook.
how you can find us on Facebook.
Color Collective Comedy on Facebook.
If you just look up Hollywood Fringe Festival, and then look for
Look for
Color
the Color
Collective.
Collective.
You'll find us. We're easy
There's
to
no
find.
other show like us.
Yeah, we're the show with all the shades of brown people. So
And there's white people, and there's white people too.
Oh yeah, of course. Like
And it's just
all
a
the
mixed
different
bag,
shades.
and it's just comedy, and it's good comedy.
Yeah.
So it's possible. So people
And
need to go see it.
And every year there's so many other great shows to see, other ones like to support and watch. Like even last year myself, like experiencing the Fringe Festival for the first time, I got to see so much great live theater I otherwise would not have seen.
Yeah.
Or may not have gone to, but otherwise getting to see all these other stories that are just they're just fun. I mean, Fringe is a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun too. Like you can get a lot out of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely a good time. I mean, there are food trucks everywhere. There are a lot of the shows will give out drinks.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, why not? $10, get you a drink, see a show.
Yeah.
Go to the bar down the street.
Xander did a movie with this actress that we love, Malia Beth Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
He did a movie with Malia Beth Johnson, and she actually had a Fringe show last year too. And we went to go see it. It was a solo performance. I mean, my mind was blown, and I was like, "How is this?"
It was like a
woman
like a
not
45-minute.
an Oscar. But she will.
Yeah,
she
it's
will.
inspiring to see
Malia
these
Beth,
shows.
you will have an Oscar. But she was so incredible. It was about how we're never perfect enough.
Mm-hmm.
It was about plastic surgery. It was about a female body. It was her. Did you see it?
I didn't see it, but I remember hearing about the show. Like, my schedule didn't allow me to go. But yeah, no, I remember hearing about the show. Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, you're right. You see so much good work there. You do.
Yeah, for sure. And like we were saying with like other sketch shows on TV.
Yeah. So what's going on with that? Because even what is her name? Fembot. My favorite from Fembot.
Oh, there's
the girl who works with us, Nikki.
Oh,
yeah.
Nikki. Yes.
Yeah, Nikki. Nikki was put on Facebook that a lot of they tested, right, for network.
Yeah, they did
they tested
shot
for
a pilot,
network.
Yeah.
And it didn't get picked up because they're not looking for that. They're looking for like that. They're looking for like I can't name them right now, but they're all on Comedy Central and like the one man show or the one woman show, and then they do sketches like Amy Schumer type,
like a Carrot Top.
Yeah, like because they're
so like how Amy Schumer, she hosts it and then she goes and does the sketch.
Yeah, because there are a few
and
shows.
Same with like Key and Peele.
There are a few shows like that on Netflix too, where it's
want the
one
host,
person. They have an ensemble, but
yeah.
only one person is really credited as it being their show.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's something that maybe Color Collective needs to think about because we could be on network. It's just that we would need to change it or mold it.
That's true, but at the same time, like, wow. Because a lot of these shows are great, but
we're never going to be a Saturday Night Live, and Saturday Night Live's never going to go anywhere.
No, and the thing about comedy is there's space for everybody.
Yeah.
Like there's enough for everyone because everyone has different comedic tastes. Everyone laughs at different things. Chappelle Show coexisted with SNL, and Chappelle Show was hugely
but that's
successful.
another example of like a one person.
Yeah. Otherwise, we'll say like Mad TV did have some success.
Yeah,
the first iteration of it.
Wild and Out.
Living Color.
I know Wild and Out is semi.
Well, Wild and Out is, I would say, less sketch, more short form improv.
Yeah, they're improvising a lot.
Though there are people from Wild and Out that have moved up to SNL, like Mikey Day. Like I was a fan of his when he was on Wild and Out.
That's where I know that guy.
Yeah.
I was talking to Nadia not the other day, like last year or something. I was like, has this guy been on the show the whole time and they just never named it? I was like, why do I know this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Wild and Out.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh yeah, Mikey Days was on Wild and Out, I think, since the beginning.
Yeah.
And then he's been writing on SNL for a while. I was like, wait a minute, he's been writing and he's not performing? Like, Mikey Days fucking great. Like, put him up there. Like he is funny in almost everything that he's in. But I mean, as far as
I have
like
to
having
go
like
and
the
do that now.
ensemble show,
Yeah.
well, there are more of the ensemble shows coming out. Like Issa Rae is spearheading like the
Right. Oh, I am
the
so
Black
ready for
Woman,
that. I'm so ready
sketch
for
comedy
that.
show. Mindy
HBO.
Kaling is working on one.
Where?
What thought it was her that she's working on a like a South Asian like, well, I think it wasn't sketch comedy. It was a different project. But
It's like
what?
Oh, this guy's so good, Mikey Day.
Oh yeah, Mikey Day's great.
He plays the
Trump.
the
Yeah.
Trump Jr.
Trump Jr.
Yeah, he's Don Jr.
It's
Yeah.
incredible.
Well,
Oh, he's Don Jr.
Mm-hmm. Well,
He is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's like, that's Clay, buddy. Yeah,
Oh,
you don't need
yeah.
that, buddy. All right.
And I guess too, like what I think would set us apart is that we're not all black. We're not all women. No one has to get sexualized. No one has to.
Right.
People can play roles that normal, I guess, quote unquote, Hollywood would not cast them as.
Exactly.
So because we're versatile like that, and we're strong. We are strong enough of a show to where we don't need to adapt that drastically.
Right.
Where like the heart of the show is like, hey, like everyone should get to see themselves.
Yeah.
Everyone should have their story heard. We need a sketch show that talks about what a chancla is, and how that is like the
Seriously.
bane of a lot of Latinx children's existence.
Sandra, do you know what a chancla is?
No.
Chancla is a slipper.
Oh yeah.
But
You have a few of those.
But the idea of the chakla is the same thing as like the belt or
Right.
the switch
Right.
Okay.
or the
And that's a similarity in brown culture. Like they will take their heel, their flip flop, and beat you. Like
or throw it from like 25 feet
Yeah.
away around the corner,
whip
and
it
it
at
still
you.
somehow it hits you. Like
that's so funny.
And that's the thing. While that is a very specific Latinx thing, where
Yes.
it's specifically the chancla.
Yeah.
Everyone has a chancla.
Yes.
It may not be a
Yeah.
shoe. It could be a brush. It could be a switch.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a belt. It could be an extension cord.
Right.
Everyone has something, and that's the
Depends
point
on
of
the
our
depends on the crime you commit.
yeah, and that's the point of our show where
Mhm.
it goes back to the shared experiences, told through different lenses where everyone can relate to these things, and we all go through the same stuff. So that this way, to help break down those barriers of where, oh well, we're so different. Actually, no, we're not. We want the same things. We feel the same things. We go through the same things, but because of that barrier, some of us have to deal with more than others do.
Exactly.
And at the same time, one thing I always say, to my writers whenever we come up with sketches, sure, yes, most of us are people of color. This doesn't mean that, let's all make fun of white people all the time. Like, no, because, our whole thing is we're all humans.
Right.
While, sure, there are some things that we can make fun of.
I do
like pumpkin
feel
spice
like that's a great- I
lattes
feel
and
What's
and
that?
like pumpkin spice lattes
Right.
and obsessions with avocado
There's
toast.
a gray area.
Sure.
There's a gray area because.
But we're not going to punch down.
Fine. True. But there's a gray area because we've been pretty much bullied our entire time here.
Yeah.
So there's a gray area. But you're right.
Of course, yeah. Like the
There's-
oppressed
there's-
can make fun of the oppressors.
There's no point in stooping to people's levels.
Right.
But yeah, you're right. We should be able to get to a point where we all can make fun of each other one day.
At some point.
At some point. We'll be able to do that. Where it's like, no, you did this, you guys are dumb, like, da-da-da, and it's like normal. But right now it's so sensitive because there's been so much turmoil. But we'll get there.
And that's the thing where everyone can tell their stories because they're it could be things of like throw it how me being from Jersey, like Jersey is a melting pot.
Right.
So my growing up with friends of mine that were Italian, their families and homes, like their family gatherings were very much like mine and my family, just slightly different. Different words might get used, but it's the same thing happening. So that's what I mean, where everyone's voice can get heard and everyone can find something they can relate to.
Right.
Which really is the point of our show. That's what sets us apart, and that's why, like, well, no, our show does have to be something where it shows everyone.
Right.
It does have to be something where, yeah, no, we're not checking boxes. We're talking about having experiences.
Oh yeah, because that's
where we have multiple.
That's something that I feel like Hollywood likes to do too. It's like check this box.
Yeah, no,
so that we can fill this.
We can do a sketch where the entire stage, everyone in the sketch is Asian, or where everyone in the sketch is Latino, everyone in the sketch is Black, everyone in the sketch is white, and not just like quote unquote Asian, but there's someone from India, someone Japan, China, Philippines, Vietnam. It's not just, oh, Asian, just get one person. Like, no, that's not what this is.
Right.
Like, there's more than one Asian. There's more than one type. More than one culture. So it's more so trying to make sure that different cultures are represented versus just a color.
That's great.
No, and then even having people that are native, because you want to talk about underrepresented. That's an underrepresented group.
Yeah.
That a lot of people do not understand or do not get, because unfortunately, a lot of people haven't seen Native people. They don't know anyone that's part. But also a whole entirely different episode.
Yes.
No, but you know what? Congratulations on being successful on the Color Collective. It's an incredible group, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it. And please go see the Fringe show. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for the lighter.
Oh,
It should be around.
we're about to get that.
So
going.
Because it's at that point of the show.
Right now, Royce is looking for
a lighter.
Who's
So that
got
we
the
can
lighter?
smoke some weed.
So as we're looking for this lighter,
A very essential part of the creative process.
as
Go
we're
find
looking
it,
for this,
Sarah.
I want a second. So Nadia just told me that you were at Cannabis Cup.
Yes, I was. So I went to the Cannabis Cup in San Bernardino this weekend. So I was there on Saturday, and it was great.
Yeah.
I had so much fun.
I saw on your Facebook post that you said it was a bucket list.
Oh, the bucket list item was seeing Ice Cube perform.
Yeah,
live.
that was sick.
That was great.
That's awesome.
That was really cool, because it's someone that you grow up seeing.
Yeah.
And then it's now like being at a point in life where like, you know what, I'm just going to go to this concert and go see this person, and I got to go see Ice Cube live, which was great. And also because California being the great state that it is,
Amen.
the entire crowd, there was just a cloud of smoke above everyone.
That's awesome.
You would get contact high just being within a 2-mile radius of the festival grounds. It was great. I got to try so much great weed.
That's
There
amazing.
Was there a big joint or like blunt being passed around?
There wasn't a
Did you see
big.
one?
Well, there wasn't a big blunt, but there were these promo models going around that had this contraption. I guess I can't really call it anything, but other than that, where there were 3 different fat ass joints in this contraption.
In one thing.
You would take a hit. You were pulling from all 3 joints at the same time.
God damn.
I have pictures of this, and I was just like, my first question was, why? And then the second question, thing was, of course I want to smoke this. What? I mean, what the fuck do I look like?
Why would you
of
pass
course
out
I would.
one?
Like, what do you think I'm going to say no? Like, it's the Cannabis Cup. Like, of course.
You gotta go hard.
Yeah, and it was great because there were so many like CBD vendors too, so I was nice and relaxed. There was in the VIP area, there was a chocolate fountain. The chocolate was all CBD chocolate.
Oh gosh.
Wow.
We were dipping strawberries and bananas in there, and just making chocolate shakes. It was great.
That sounds amazing. I want to go to that.
It was amazing. High Times knows how to put on a festival. It was great.
That's so cool.
Because it was cool because like you could try so much other stuff that different vendors that you may not have seen. Mm-hmm. Like I had some of the weed which won last year's like, oh, this is our #1 strain for 2018. This was the Cannabis Cup winner. So all right, I'll try this. Wow, this is fucking good.
See, I don't know how you did that because if I do that, I smoke one hit of one blunt and I'm on my ass. Like I had this shot and I'm barely surviving. Well, I am drinking this beer, but it's hard. Like
it can be. It
I
takes
get in
time.
my feelings. Like I'm like, okay, I'm high now. Like in high school, I could smoke and not give a shit about what people thought about me. I would come to school high. I didn't care. I mean, I would come to class and like I dropped all my books one time.
So is that why you got the D in English that year?
That was 6th grade, so no. I was not. I grew up in the city of Chicago, but I didn't grow up that bad.
Yay.
No, so that was in high school where I came to class so high that I dropped all my books on the floor and everybody just knew I was high and I was just cracking up. But now, if I smoke, I'm like...
I freak out if I get super high now.
Do you too?
Oh, yeah, I can't.
But you smoke.
When I'm at home by myself.
Oh, see, it has to be. No, see, we're not.
Yeah,
we're not gonna fuck with it because we're both gonna be in our we're gonna be in our heads like But you smoke though at home.
Yeah, home.
I can't even do it at home. So here's the thing: I can't even do it at home. If I smoke at home and I'm like, okay, so why did this happen the other day? Because like I'm like, well, sometimes indica works, sometimes it works, but then I'm just like.
Well, that's when you gotta get into like, okay, what type works best for you? Like, so if I know I need to get work done, like, so I'll smoke before I write. Is that a lot of times?
Yeah, I know. I don't know how you do that.
I'll generate ideas while I'm high.
Do you have a designated place where you like write the best or create the best?
Well, I use the notes app on my phone, so if I'm somewhere else and I'm high or whatever, like, oh, this sounds like a great idea. I'm just going to go ahead and type that in.
Right.
Yeah.
But when I like sit down and write, usually 9 times out of 10, I'm usually just writing at home. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I'll go to a coffee shop or like park or something, and I'll write. But yeah, no, like if I have like a good sativa, then it's like okay, I can get creative and write.
Yeah, that's true.
Indica,
a good sativa,
if I smoke that, like okay, I just want to chill.
Yeah.
Like, watch a movie, relax, or smoke some before I go to bed. Like, 'cause I can't sleep.
Oh, you can't see?
Like if I can't sleep, I'll smoke some indica.
I
I'll
have
fall
to drink a little bit of wine before bed.
See, alcohol won't put me to sleep, but
even wine.
Not really. Certain types of marijuana will.
Right.
And then if it's a day where it's just like, all right, you know what, I'm just gonna get lit. Hybrids.
Hybrids are great. What did you end up getting? Because I said to him, get sativa or hybrid. Don't get indica because we're gonna be on our asses. Like
indica in the couch.
What'd you get?
I don't.
You didn't ask?
Nah, I just got it.
What the hell?
She circled the middle. So
okay. She got this is in.
My best thing, like if I want to be creative and if I want to get work done, I don't necessarily have to like smoke weed, but it's preferred. Like I'll smoke some weed, and then I go in my shower, and just lay down in the tub while the shower's on, and just sit in there for an hour, and I can come up with, like I get all my work done in there. If I'm like writing something or thinking of jokes or like writing a song or something like that or coming up with ideas, everything is done in there. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's relaxing. I feel like for you.
Yeah, like you gotta. Everyone has their place or their thing. Like, usually I'll, like, if I need to write, I'll drink some coffee, and smoke, at the same time. Mm-hmm. So like I'll be alert and relaxed, and kind of like in a place where it's like, okay, what can I think of? Now I don't always write high, of course. Like it's not a thing that's like needed.
Right.
But if I'm trying to think of something new, like a starting point.
Yeah.
Then I will, because usually I can generate ideas then. But just like writing, if I already have the idea, I'll just, write it away. And sometimes I'll just, I'll smoke or do edible or something if I just like, all right, let me come up with some stuff and just chill, see what happens.
See, if I did an edible, no, I'd be missing. I'd just be like, what? Oh, okay.
See, edible, if I'm going to go see a movie,
yes,
then
smart.
Edible and smoke, I'll be That'll be good. Like,
or some shrooms.
See, I haven't had good shrooms yet.
What?
I haven't had that feel, because the one time I had them, it just felt like an edible. It not like I
Wait.
didn't get the whole psychedelic thing.
Well, okay, but were things amplified when you were looking at them? Were things amplified when you were looking at them? Like, did you feel like it was colorful? Like,
No.
Well, yeah, maybe they were jinx.
It just felt like an edible, where I felt like the body high.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Okay, so I think it's time for us to do rapid fire.
All right.
So this is gonna be a segment where you answer these questions super fast.
Okay.
If you answer slow, you're gonna get a.
All right.
See, I got all stuffy from that shot. Okay, so rapid fire starts after you hit that weed. Xander, we'll go one by one.
Yeah, let's do it. You
Ready?
go first.
I'll go first. Ready? Go. What's your go-to order at your favorite hometown restaurant?
Favorite hometown restaurant be Chef Chan's, and I will get the chicken fried rice, egg roll, and the sesame chicken.
Where is Chef Chan's?
Oh, that's back in Jersey.
Okay.
Okay. Question number 2. What do you wish you had known when you first started out?
First started out like with
Out
like,
here.
Out here.
Yeah. in Los Angeles.
When you first started out in comedy.
Oh. Well, I wish I would know. That there were more assholes around me than I thought.
That's not cynical at all. But it's also very relatable and true.
But not really. I guess it was like to be very aware of your surroundings and who is around you. I wish I was more observant of things. I'll put it that way.
Okay, that's a good answer.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that because like you have to be observant of like who you might be saying something to, or like what you might if you might be shitting the bed somewhere, or
not necessarily that.
or if you're just like not prepared and you could have been more prepared when you were like around a situation, you were like, damn it, opportunity meets preparation, and now I didn't.
More of a thing, which I guess kind of goes with a life thing of just being very aware of like, okay, what's this person's motive?
Ah,
what's this?
Okay,
What
I
is
got
this
that.
person
I got that.
really thinking?
Okay,
like,
cool.
Yeah. Kind of like that whole hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
Okay,
thing.
well that's not a good way to live, but let's move on.
Well, no, that's a. I'm also a Philadelphia sports fan, so this is how we're bred. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
What team is this in regards to? The Eagles?
Any Philadelphia team. No, when the Eagles beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl,
That was a miracle.
That should. I'm glad that it happened. And that was. I wouldn't call that miracle. I would call that that should have happened, but I wouldn't say miracle. It was a miracle that it actually happened in my lifetime.
Right.
But that whole thing, like when the last play, I was like, wait a minute, is it over? Is it actually over?
You couldn't.
Even if we were up by like 3 touchdowns with 15 seconds left, you'd still have that thing in the back of your mind. I don't know. Somehow they can still mess this up.
They were driving, right?
Oh no, because if they
New England had the ball, right?
If they completed that Hail Mary,
yeah.
It could have potentially gone into overtime.
Oh gosh. Well, lucky for you, it didn't.
Oh yeah, no, it did not. If I don't even want to talk. No. Move
All right,
on.
moving on. All right,
about
cool.
it.
I love that. I love that. So, what are you curious about right now? That is a very vague question, and
What
I'm
am I curious
sorry.
about right now?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
We're ju-
It
are
could
we
be
gonna-
honestly, it could be anything. It's rapid fire.
It's weird because the very first thing that came into my mind is like, am I curious about, will I have to flee to Canada in 5 years,
Oh!
or can I still stay here?
Oh,
That
is so funny.
I think probably because I was talking with I've been watching a lot of history stuff this weekend, and also talking with a few
Xander,
friends.
you love history.
We're just thinking like,
Yep.
how close are we to a second Civil War? How close are we to shit just going backwards and be like, you know what? Canada. I'll go to Germany. Go to New Zealand. It's out the way.
How do you feel about having a second Civil War? You don't want it, or
Well,
it would
no.
be. It would be.
no. It would just no. There.
It'll be
It would
fine.
no. I don't want to see that.
Okay,
But what I find I don't know if I'd have a choice.
that's okay. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a tough question.
Again, an entirely different episode.
Yeah.
Okay, a little lighter
Yeah.
on this one.
Yeah. A little.
Pizza or pasta?
Okay, cool.
Pizza.
That's easy. Okay.
All right. Turkey or pot roast?
Ooh. Pot roast because I can only eat turkey at Thanksgiving. Otherwise, I get tired of it.
You don't want like a turkey sandwich or something?
I like turkey sandwich.
Are you offering him right now?
But I'm thinking in the sense of like a big roast turkey with stuffing and all that. I can't eat that more than like
Yeah, that's
For like
that's
a
heavy.
week.
Yeah. I agree.
pot roast. I can have pot roast every week.
All right. That wouldn't have been my answer. I don't think it would have been yours. So that's why we ask these questions.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you go for it.
I just asked. Oh no, you asked. Chips or candy?
Chips.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Both?
No.
You can both is okay.
Okay, fine. Go.
Because I have vanilla ice cream and chocolate syrup.
Swirl, baby. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know. We've done both right now.
No, but just
weed
ask.
or liquor?
Weed or liquor?
If I had to,
If you have to
if
choose.
I had to get rid of, I would get rid of liquor and keep.
There you go. I figured that's what you would pick.
Yeah.
All right, last question. What's something you failed at? Rapid fire.
Something I failed at. Whew. Okay. What comes to mind first?
Bless you.
Relationships, maybe.
There you go. That's honest. That's honest. And that's not something that's not unusual. All of us fail at this. What do you think the root of that is? This is a very great topic, so I would like to explore it a little bit.
Okay. The root of.
Do you think that maybe you're not vulnerable enough sometimes?
Not. I would say the thing that would kill really any relationship is communication. Either lack thereof or just bad communication.
Communication is so important, yeah.
I would say that would be the biggest thing. That would,
Okay.
for me, as far as any, failures would go. Either
Yeah.
failure to
Communicate.
recognize that, like, oh, yeah, you know what? This ain't gonna work. You recognize that now and
Yeah.
bounce.
Yeah.
Or, no, but, maybe, it's that hopeful side or
Yeah.
the
Right.
optimistic side. It's like, oh, well, maybe. And then when it doesn't work out, it's like,
You're
see,
like that.
I told you.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Told you so.
yeah, right.
Yeah, you're not alone in that feeling. I feel like we all experience that. I think sometimes you do have to take a chance, but it is so hard to be vulnerable in a relationship.
It is. Yeah.
I had to get Xander to communicate, and he still has trouble doing it. So.
Yeah, so do you.
Wow.
We've said this before, but we'll say it again. Could probably be a different episode.
Okay, so now's the time of the episode that we want to offer you Buffalo Wild Wings.
Ooh.
Again, we are not sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings, but if you feel like you want to throw us even some wings, we don't mind putting this
Are they heated up or
on YouTube or our podcast.
are the wings heated up or is this something we have to do now?
We will have to heat them up.
Oh man, I'm not gonna turn down.
So
Wings.
pause for wings. Okay, and then pause.
Their wings are good.
Let's go to Burger Ring on Wednesdays.
All right.
But right now we're eating buffalo. Let me start over.
Mm-hmm.
Right now.
I didn't. That's not yet.
Oh, but you press record on that?
Yeah.
Okay, press. I'm not syncing up the audio. It's gonna be one audio and then another audio.
Oh yeah, because it was just edit.
It's impossible.
Okay, ready?
So, yeah, go ahead. But right now, we are eating this delicious Buffalo Wild Wings that we are not sponsored by.
Or stop.
Go eat your food.
Oh, over there.
Oh, you're such a
It's
good
over there.
uncle.
It's
Do
over
you
there.
have siblings?
Half.
Okay.
Yeah, it's over there. Go get it. Go get it.
What's wrong?
Let's just say, coming back off of our break.
Okay, go for it. Do that. Say it. Don't even don't tell me. Just do it.
Well, you started talking right away. So
Okay,
I'm
sorry.
gonna talk over you.
Take control.
So, coming off of that awesome food break that we just had, we're still mid-bite of our B-dubs. Had some chips.
We're not sponsored by B-dubs, but if we could be, free food will do.
Yeah. We'll work for food.
Right?
I'm not working for food, but if you want to send us some wings, and we will promote this on our podcast. Moving on.
So, excuse my chewing. Big swallow there. So I feel like we should go into the other side of what we do, some acting. So, the show that everyone's been talking about, that everyone watches, that everyone knows. How did you feel about the series finale of Game of Thrones?
I was fine with it. I was totally fine with it. My only two issues with, I guess, one is the series finale itself, the other is just like the last couple of seasons. I had a little bit of issue with Bran taking the throne, because I guess not necessarily that he did it, but like how, because as soon as Tyrion was like, would you do it? And he's like, well, yeah, what'd you think I wheeled out here for? That sounded like a heel turn.
Mm-hmm.
That sounded like, okay, he's about to be evil. Some shit's about to go down. It seemed a little off for him to just be kind of... It came off kind of arrogant.
Right. When episodes previous, he was saying, I can't be the lord of anything. I'm
Right.
the three-eyed raven. But now that we want to give you a big hat, now all of a sudden you can do it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love, like, Daenerys, everything was fine where Daenerys ended up. It makes sense where Sansa ended up. Everything else, it was kind of...
I'm happy with where Sansa ended up for sure.
See, like, I'm happy where she ended up. I just don't like her character.
Oh, she's my favorite.
I guess I don't like her because, like, I guess if she was a person and I was aware of these things were happening, I wouldn't like her choices. I wouldn't like her motivations, kind of. It was like, really? But as a character, oh no, it makes sense. I get it. My only other issue was just how the last couple of seasons were rushed.
Very rushed.
I mean,
Like, they should have done the whole 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have taken the hour and a half episodes,
Right.
but make it 10, you
Right.
know? Because Danny turned. It was like, the first episode, she was chilling. First episode of season 8, she was good still. Her and John were flirting on the dragons. Second episode, they're getting ready for the Battle of Winterfell. Then, in like a 3-episode span, she becomes a psycho.
Yeah, and like they were only together for like I don't know, 45 minutes of screen time. They were
Yeah.
like in love.
Yeah,
So
and we would
it was
have loved
quick.
to have seen more of that.
Yeah, I mean, I get why Danny did it because if you go over the course, the last couple of seasons, all the steps were already there. Like,
Right.
Excuse us, our mouths are on fire because we ate the mango habanero flavor and spicy garlic. So like all of our mouths are like, but it was so good. Anyway.
like with it's true. Like with, what was I just talking about?
Danny.
Why Danny turned...
Oh yeah, sorry, the marijuana is kicking in. With Danny, it's like, okay, she was burning people. She was, basically she was rolling people, all this stuff, and you gotta think in the span of, I don't know, like a day of like her time, or however they just had it. She saw her best friend get beheaded, and like most trusted advisor. Found out she's fucking her nephew.
Ew.
Yeah.
And also saw, this huge epic battle happen. Oh, lost a child, like, one of her dragons, off of some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But that's another episode. I still don't know how to.
They were arrow ready. I guess they were just arrow ready. They were
nobody
ready to
saw
kill
them.
Yeah.
Like,
She
they
didn't see
shot
them up there?
Like, they shot that off before they could have physically seen the damn dragon. Like, neurons working off of sound now? Like,
Yeah.
like I said, that's a different episode.
So random. That is a whole nother episode. We should definitely have you back, and we should just dissect this episode. But anyway.
This is like, what the hell?
I mean, dissect the last season.
And just like the pacing, like there wasn't enough didn't happen to show it. They
Right.
told, but they didn't show.
Right, because
Like-
seasons 1 through 4, it takes a whole episode, 2 episodes for them to get to the point about something. I'm rewatching right now.
Yeah.
I'm like halfway through season 4 again right now, and it's just they'll be somewhere talking about doing something for a good episode and a half before that happens, and everything I think just felt good then because nothing was rushed. The pacing was good, but people have been saying like whatever the creators D&D or whatever saying that they ruined the show and that the writing wasn't very good, but I'm like as I'm rewatching. Maybe like 50% of the episodes or more they wrote, but obviously before it was from a source material that was already there, which makes it easier. But
yeah, because like
they did most of the work before.
If George R.R. Martin wasn't taking his sweet ass time with the books, a lot of this wouldn't have happened too, because he would then it was like instead of just having source material and seeing what to pick from, seeing what to, what to expound upon, or just add this in, just leave this out. Instead of that, they had to completely just wing it.
Yeah.
Somebody, they asked, okay, what's supposed to happen? All right, well, we'll write this out. So all that was all them. That's not an easy thing to do. Add in the fact that hey, they picked up a Star Wars trilogy and now don't want to do Game of Thrones anymore.
That's sad.
It's like
when that came, then
I get it, and I get why HBO wouldn't just be like, all right, let's get a couple of new showrunners in there. A show like that you can't just hand off.
Right.
And in premium cable, that doesn't really happen much anyway. Like network TV, yeah, they change showrunners. Basic cable, they'll change showrunners in a show. Like The Wire wasn't going to change showrunners. True Blood didn't change showrunners. Homeland may have. I'm not entirely sure. But the point is usually those kind of shows
Dexter probably changed showrunners. Just
they might have. I heard there was a turn that people weren't happy with in Dexter. But the overall, like what happened was supposed to happen. What should have happened, I was good with it.
Everyone ended up where they should have ended up.
It was like everyone was where they were supposed to be. I just didn't quite like how some of them got there.
Right.
Like Sansa didn't have to be like, "Hey, this rape made me stronger." Like, no, that's not like clearly there were no women in that writer's room.
Right.
Because that's just wrong. If she had said, "Hey, I've been through a lot of shit," that's true. What I've gone through has made me stronger, but of course if I had a choice I wouldn't have gone through it.
Right.
I would have been fine with that. Like that seemed like that would make sense. But then, you got the people, what is it, like the 1 million people that signed this petition. And yeah, some of them are saying it's a joke, but when it comes out, you got 1 million people taking time out of their day.
That's true.
To sign a petition to tell other people to remake a show. What none of these people have written a haiku in their life. It's like, get the fuck out of here.
Those people are mad at the way the show ended, but that doesn't take into effect how much work the makeup people did, how much work everyone else did, location manager did, how much work the actors did. Like the performances from the beginning to end were still some of the greatest things we've ever seen.
Exactly. It's a bunch of like just people that are just mad that something didn't go the way they thought it should go, that their fan theories didn't come true.
Some of those theories are pretty good though.
Some of them were fun, and there's nothing wrong with any of that. It's just when you make it such a thing that it becomes toxic, like Star Wars. How people are all pissed off about The Last Jedi because, their fan theories didn't come true. They didn't do fan service. They did what the story they were supposed to do. It was like, that's how it's supposed to happen. You don't dictate the story. The writers do, and you hope they do a good job and that it follows like the natural order of things.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, people mess up. People will write things like that supposed fourth Batman movie. I heard there was one that had like Alicia Silverstone in it or something.
Oh, I know.
Oh yeah.
I heard of this, but like that didn't exist, right?
No, she's in a Batman movie.
That didn't. We don't talk about that. That didn't happen. But you see what I mean? How like, there's some stuff where it's like, okay, yeah, there are things most people can agree that, yeah, this was bad, but no, the series was not bad. You're just upset with how it ended, and you took 30 minutes out of your day to sign a fucking petition for a show about dragons, yet couldn't get up off your ass when there are actual people dying in the streets right now.
Right.
That I have a problem with. Joke or not, where
Message.
it's like, really? You spent your time doing that? Hey, I'm sorry, I fucking hate fanboys.
Yeah, message.
It's like, okay, you have an opinion. You don't have to tell everyone. I don't care.
Right.
Like, really? This is the hill you're gonna die on? When fat ass couldn't walk up the hill anyway? Like like the comic book guy, basically. Like that's how you imagine all of them talking. Like the comic book guy from The Simpsons. That's what you just hear in your head.
Yeah.
And that's what this was like. I think you guys should just remake the 8th season and didn't have the flow that I really wanted. That's what all this sounds like. It's like, get a fucking life, dude.
Yeah.
Because everyone on that show clearly put their like blood, sweat, tears, and heart into it.
Exactly, and it's like, hey, the showrunners, they made a decision to do what they did. Fine, you can be mad at them.
Right.
Don't discount the work that everyone else did.
Right.
Yeah.
And then also, it's a television show for entertainment. The story ends the way it ends. Sometimes to your liking, sometimes not. I mean, it's hard to nail an ending where everyone's happy.
Exactly. Totally.
Like, there are not many shows at all out there where all the fans were happy with how this ended. There are a few, like most recently, like Veep. I think most pretty much everyone could say,
Okay.
that was a great series finale.
Okay, so I have 15 minutes left, so don't ruin it. Did you finish it?
Oh, Veep?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw the series finale.
Okay, so don't tell me anything.
Okay.
But it has been a phenomenal show through and through. I'm going to complete the episode tonight because, to be honest with you, I've been saving it because I know it's the last good TV I'm going to see in a while. So I have been savoring every minute, and I'm like breaking the episodes up into little pieces because I'm just like, okay, I'm going to watch 15 minutes of Veep because I know how much I love it, and then I'm going to go do some productive things and come back. Because Veep was one of the most amazing shows, and it is because of Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Oh, yeah, she's great. I love her.
She is the show, but everyone else is so amazing as well. But she is the show. The reason I love that show is because of her. Is because of how confident her character is and how fucking bitchy she is.
Yeah, because I guess the thing with that show is just that in the beginning I was watching it, but it didn't hook me at first.
Oh,
it
hooked me right away.
And I just came back to I'll watch an episode here and there. I was like, oh, it's funny, but this last season has been so good. Like the clapbacks were epic. Like people were savage as shit.
Yeah,
and you're gonna love the last episode.
I'm excited.
Like it's a it is a good ending. It's like that
That's
was
good.
a very good ending for that show.
Good.
Yeah, you'll be happy with that.
We wanted to ask you
Mm-hmm.
how you felt in pertains to Game of Thrones, because it was such a cultural phenomenon, and it hit so many homes, and so many people felt so close to it, and probably the actors probably fell in love with.
That was their
Oh, yeah.
life for 10 years. That was them, you know.
Mhm.
A lot of them grew up with that show.
Yeah.
They grew
Playing
up
the
with the
characters.
character.
Yeah, that's why it was so weird seeing Arya have a sex scene. It was like,
Oh, that
no,
was
I've known
ugly.
you since you were like
Yeah,
7.
That seemed.
Like, I don't want to see that.
Yeah,
I mean, but for the characters, like, okay, yeah, it makes
they
sense
do
for
grow
this, but
up. Yeah,
because like you're so connected to them as children, you don't want to.
really
It's weird.
believe. Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't want to believe that she's going.
Like,
on
there was
with
nothing
it.
wrong with the scene, but
And
it
they
was
didn't
just weird.
show her in that light. Like, they showed Sansa in that kind of light where every man wanted to be with her, and they didn't show Arya in that light.
Yeah.
So we weren't used to seeing her do that. But we wanted to ask you how you felt about. So today they released on the news that Kit Harington got checked into rehab.
Really? What? That's so and I guess you never know, but wow, like
It's just
for
random.
for drinking, for drugs,
I think
or
it
just
was for
something else.
I think it was for drinking.
Yeah, depression or something, and drinking,
Drinking,
and alcohol abuse.
yeah.
I think.
Alcohol abuse.
I guess he wasn't happy
Alcohol.
with how the show ended.
Yeah.
Alcohol
Okay,
abuse.
okay,
Did
I
you guys see that?
I don't want to make fun of
No,
that.
no,
but,
we're not.
But like,
did you see that clip circulating of when he does find out that he kills?
yeah.
That clip is very.
No, that was cool because it was great that like he wanted to go through the show and not know any spoilers, even though he was acting in it.
Yeah.
Like so, this way all the emotions could feel that much more real,
Right.
and that's great. But the other thing is, Dany knew what her fate was going to be for
Yeah.
like 2 years,
Yeah.
and she had to keep that in. Like when she found out, she had to have a day about it, but
Yeah.
holding that in.
That's a bomb. Dude.
Yeah. I feel
That's
like.
a huge thing to hold in for like 2 years.
Yeah.
So like good on both of them.
yeah.
Like and depending on what method Kit Harington uses for acting and
Right.
some of the other,
Right.
he could have been so into it, and then finding out he did something like this could have really messed with him. It was like, hey, you know what? I need to take myself out the game for a bit.
I really feel like he went method on this, and I think that he is checked into rehab because
Well,
of
he
it.
said that he definitely doesn't want to do any Game of Thrones thing or anything serious like this, if not again for a really long time, because it was so dark and so heavy that he's like, I want to do something else.
So he wants to do comedy.
or anything. Like, remember when he did that movie with I'm on a Boat, what's his name? Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh yeah,
Andy
Samberg.
Samberg. Yeah,
Samberg.
they did that tennis movie.
yeah.
And that was, I remember
Oh,
that.
right.
That was funny. Yeah, I'm sure he's going to be doing more stuff like that, because on his SNL, all this stuff was pretty light and, like, jokey and prompy.
Yeah.
So.
I'm just gonna say this though, he needs to grow his beard back because I can't take him seriously. I can't look at him without it. Other than that though,
Because you've never seen him without it, except when he was a kid.
well, that's okay. So now
Except for when he shaved it for Cersei that one episode.
I only want to see him with his mustache. That's and so he can do whatever he wants. So transitioning randomly into this, what do you think? What do you think being successful is to you?
Mm.
Oh no! Let's do this. Who is your favorite superhero?
Batman.
Why?
Because he's for all accounts, a normal person. I mean, albeit a very, very rich person.
Oh,
but,
right.
A human.
Right.
Taking a very traumatic, painful experience and turning it into trying to make sure that no one else ever feels what he felt again. And of course all the things that go with it. Makes you think that it's like, if I was rich, I could become Batman. I mean, you couldn't. But, it is...
It's relatable.
What's the difference between you and me? I'm not wearing hockey pads.
Right, exactly. And Because it's like with Superman is, you know, a completely different thing. Or like, like the Flash, like they all have powers.
Yeah.
Batman is a person.
Right. I remember when Superman came out, my mom said, okay, you cannot jump out the window, okay? Because if you jump out the window, you will die. It's not like Superman. You cannot jump out the window, okay? Because kids were jumping out the window.
That was when the challenges first started, Superman challenge.
No, when I was a kid, kids were...
Yeah, exactly.
Kids, meth is not a thing you should ever do.
No, it was little kids. Like, they were like 7 or 8.
Again, kids. Some people need to hear this.
All right. Special PSA from Royce Shockley. Oh my God. And then also, who's your favorite real hero? That could be anyone that you know or don't know, or who you look up to.
Favorite real hero.
Who do you admire? Who do you look to for inspiration? Who motivates you?
I'm gonna have to say my mom.
Yeah, I wanted to hear that. No. Why? What's so special about your mom?
Cause she's my mom.
That you're willing to share. That you're willing to share.
No.
Well, I can tell you why my mom is special, so that's what I'm saying.
No,
my mom worked 2 jobs our whole lives. She really put in the work to just try to provide. She did it all on her own. She didn't have anyone else.
Yeah, somehow
She's a warrior.
Somehow like you made it through the night at some point.
Yeah. Really.
Like,
seriously.
Yeah, no, I get it. No, I guess with mine is like, especially after my dad had gotten sick, you know, my mom pretty much like single-handedly took care of him.
Right.
For it was like 20 years.
Wow.
Which is like a lot. Like,
yeah,
being
that's
a caretaker
long
is
time.
hard.
Were you a part of that process?
Yeah.
That's what did your dad have?
He had a stroke.
Oh yeah.
So he was
my mom had a stroke
partially
too.
paralyzed.
Yeah, that'll take a toll on you.
Oh yeah, so it's not easy, but like, you know.
But she survived it. She was a warrior.
Yeah, she survived it. She did it, and you know, would be tired, not looking after herself and everything, but still
because you forget
persevering.
Because you love that person so much, you just that's my life.
Yeah, no. So that's inspiring me.
Yeah.
Inspiring to me because like
if you grew up seeing that and watching that, I really feel that kind of experience puts you in a position where you're like, I can do anything. I had to deal with that. That was the hardest thing I'll ever have to deal with.
Right.
Like an audition is nothing.
Exactly, and that's why it's like, you know, all
those
this other
kind
stuff.
of experiences
This other
really
stuff doesn't matter.
Yeah,
like,
they shape you.
These are the things that matter.
No, yeah,
So.
that kind of experience shapes you.
So yeah, I'd say that's my answer for that.
Okay, all right.
Very solid answer.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, because most of my other heroes have pretty much been either killed or disgraced at this point. Because a couple years ago, I could say Michael Jackson because I love Michael Jackson. But you know,
say that
I actually would like to talk to you about that. So what are your thoughts about that? What do you believe, or what do you think is true, and what do you not wish was true? It's okay if it is true, because at this point, I have gone through my own emotions with this. And at this point, if it is true, there's not really much I can do about it. It's heartbreaking.
I guess what I'll say is this. I will always love what his music meant to me. What, you know, that feeling that it gives you. And for me, like, you know, that part is wholly separate from Michael Jackson, the person. Right. However, when things like this are, you know, allegedly done, because, you know, he never did get found guilty, but there's enough smoke around where you're gonna be like, yeah, you know what?
Well, did you come up with this feeling from the documentary?
Oh, I didn't watch it.
Oh, so you still haven't even seen it?
Nope.
Oh.
Okay.
That's by choice. You don't want to see it.
You don't want to watch it?
That's my that is my choice because I have no desire to really watch it, not for any opinions on the victims or anything like that because I would never want to blame them
Right.
like hey I want believe the victims.
Right.
It's just one of those things. It's like it's for the same reason I don't need to watch Surviving R. Kelly.
Okay.
It's like
why? Because I watched both of those.
It's one of those like I don't need to watch this to know that this shit is true.
Okay. Yeah, I grew up in Chicago and I remember hearing about it.
And also
R.
R. Kelly, like that video was getting sold at the bootleg spots for like 20 years. It was like now y'all want to do. We've been saying this for 20 years that this dude needs to go away.
Do you listen to I Believe I Can Fly? You'll still listen to it?
Listen, right now, I am saying that I Believe I Can Fly is a Space Jam song.
Okay.
That is R. Kelly
No, because
song.
you know what though? You know what? It hurts because it's one of my. It's such an.
Oh no, that's a karaoke go-to for me.
Dude, it's such a motivational song that you can cry when you hear it, and then you think, and you're like, "Fuck, should I even feel this way?"
This
about
is when
a song?
you have to.
Because this person was so fucked up.
This is when you have to go with
Separate art,
message, and the messenger.
Okay. That's a good way to put it.
It's like when there's so many times between priests in the Catholic Church,
Right. Oh
and
yeah.
from people pastors in the Baptist churches and so on and so forth. Maybe like getting caught up in something. The message that they were giving about, hey, don't be a dick, be good to people. That's that should still stay true.
Right.
So there are in every circumstance is different. I mean, sometimes you
course.
have to separate the message from the messenger.
Yeah. Well,
other times you can't. Like I can't listen. I won't listen to Chris Brown.
Okay, so that's very interesting.
He beats women. Fuck that dude.
Okay, but
no.
Michael was molesting children.
Yes. I also never really liked Chris Brown as much. Maybe that's
what it is.
So
because I love Chris Brown.
Michael Jackson is so different.
I've also equated that too, where I just don't.
You know what? There was never a question about what Chris Brown did.
That's true. We did
plausible
have
deniability.
Yeah, we had solid evidence.
There are reasonable doubts about Michael.
That's true. Yeah.
Also with these reasonable doubts, that doesn't mean that it didn't happen.
Right.
But there's a doubt. Like you can see where okay, I can see
there's
where
no real
maybe
proof.
not.
There's no real proof.
But with R. Kelly, there's a video.
Yeah, the video evidence makes all. Seeing is believing in a lot of cases.
There's a fucking video of R. Kelly.
Yeah. Okay,
We've seen the pictures of Rihanna. He whooped her ass.
Right.
I know.
It's we have a few more questions we want to ask you before it gets too late. So who is your so do you want to ask one? I was gonna ask who's your favorite?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, who's your favorite actor or actress?
I know there's a lot to choose from, but
that's
if you
hard.
One that you love.
Okay. Love as in I respect their work, or love as in that's my celebrity crush.
Oh no, work.
Okay.
And then you can do crush after.
Okay. To love their work. That's hard because I love Ryan Reynolds. I love Tom Hanks.
Oh, okay.
I also love I love Denzel with a lot of stuff he does.
Yeah, Denzel's great.
I love Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
I love the work that they do.
Yeah.
Like the work that like Sandra Bullock. She's one of my favorite actresses.
Yeah.
Kristen Bell.
I love Kristen Bell and Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, there are people that I love there.
Yeah.
Then of course you have your what ifs. You have your list, You're like,
okay, so go
okay,
into it. Go
like,
into
hey,
it.
I would leave you for them.
So who's your celebrity crush?
My number one, just since I was a kid, was my first ever one was Lisa Bonet, for sure.
Yeah.
And then Alyssa Milano.
Oh, okay.
Still love both of them.
How do you feel about Jason Momoa?
Oh yeah, no, I love that dude. He's hilarious.
How do you feel about Alyssa Milano saying that we should abstain from sex until they legalize abortions?
I mean,
do you think that would work?
Would it work? I would think so. Like it would work on me. Like if I felt that way. But also that's a whole other thing where it's like, you know what? I'm sorry. I have no business making a decision on someone else's.
Yes.
Like, what someone else does doesn't affect my life. Like,
right.
So why should I be making a law about it?
Yeah.
You know, like
it's so crazy that they.
If it was my girlfriend, it was my wife. This is the decision that gets made by us, not by someone else.
Right.
Third party doesn't need to make those decisions.
No.
That's just dumb. No.
Okay.
Okay, going on to one of our last topics here. I'm a huge sports fan. Basketball is absolutely one of my favorite sports to play and to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the Warriors are going to go 4 titles in 5 years, or do you think the 6 will take it?
Oh no. I think the Warriors will win. I think they're going to win in 6.
Okay.
Because Toronto's good. Kawhi Leonard, he's been playing great. I'm still mad about that bounce shot to beat my Sixers.
Mm.
But, Toronto's got a good team. I don't know that it's enough to beat Golden State. I mean, Curry is on
You're
right
generous giving them 6 games. I honestly think it will be. Toronto has home court. That's the only thing that's saving. That's why
That's
I guess
true,
people
yeah.
are saying 6. But I mean, Warriors have had 9 days off. They might come out rusty. Maybe
KD's
the first
not
5 minutes. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
This team will destroy.
This is still the 73-win team on the floor, minus a couple of people right now.
Like this is 5 years of experience playing in these games. The only other person on the Raptors that has ever smelled this before is
Lowry.
Kawhi and Danny Green. No, Kyle Lowry's a bum. He's never been to the finals. These guys are gonna shrivel up. Kawhi's the only one.
They're not gonna shrivel up, but
They're
Kawhi's.
gonna shrivel
But
up.
the problem with this is that Kawhi's leg is hurt, and that's what worries me the most because he's limping around town, and it's like, bro, are you gonna be okay for the finals?
I think that the Raptors, like Kawhi, plus that cast, with Pascal coming up, not out of nowhere,
It's been a
but
year,
really
dude.
stepping up this year. I think they can get 2 games.
Pascal might have one good game, and then they're gonna game plan around him, and the guy will have 2 points the next game. He's not a dynamic player. If one of these guys goes off in game 1, they're gonna come up with a game plan that's gonna shut them down. The only person that can do whatever they want as they please on that team is Kawhi, and they will double him. I'm saying 5 games.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's just like Kawhi is. Oh no, this one's not. I finished it. Kawhi is good. I think Kawhi is good enough to where they could rot one part of their home field advantage, home court advantage. They're going to win one in Canada.
They will win one.
Like, I kind of want them to also.
Me
just
too.
Just because it's like
a boring ass sweep.
Well, not even that too. It's like, hey, Canada hasn't won nothing for a while.
Yeah.
It's like, let them get one.
I have family in Canada. I'm rooting for y'all. In the 6 with my woes.
I'm excited to see Nav. I'm a big fan of Nav.
Do you know who Nav
The guy who
is?
sits on the baseline.
He said sure. Okay, so
He rocks.
Nav is this Punjabi dude who sits
with his turban in like the front row. He's definitely a doctor.
For I think that
He's
Wait,
just
for which for
rich.
San
for
for
Toronto.
the Raptors.
No, but he will travel to
For
San
35
He will travel.
35 years, I don't think he's missed a game, is what they said.
He hasn't missed
Never
a game.
missed a home
Yeah.
game.
He
Oh, that's
sits.
great.
He sits like all.
Or
the way
maybe
in
it was in like the 90s, maybe like 25 years or something. He's never missed a game.
Oh yeah, because the Raptors aren't that old.
Yeah.
Look him up.
Yeah,
look him
25 years I
Look
think
him up.
it is.
I want to see. I want to show him.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Yeah, he's so into it, and he will like spin his towel and just be like, just whatever.
Oh yeah, that
So-
kind of stuff is cool, and then it'll be fun. It'll be cool just to see like, all right, who are they gonna Oh, I've seen him before.
Yeah.
If you've seen a Raptors game, you've seen this
Yeah.
guy.
He gets into it. Look at him. He's on Sports Network
Yeah.
as we speak.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking forward
Shout
to
out
see.
to Nav. You are a boss, Nav. Punjabi motherfuckers. I'm with you because I'm Indian, so we in this.
I'm looking forward to see who does Canada get to sing "Oh Canada" at the finals.
Oh, Celine, or what's
Who are
her
the
brother?
two singers going to be?
I don't know.
Celine is from, she's
Oh, yeah.
Canadian, right?
Selena's Canadian. Yeah.
Oh, you
she
know
is.
who else is Canadian? I think it's
I swear, if they
Naomi
get
Scott.
if they get Drake to do
Drake's
it, I'm
straight
done.
fanning. He's just gonna fan. I don't think he's gonna.
Why are you done with Drake?
No,
'Cause
if
he's
he
a
does the
pedophile?
national anthem.
No, like he should not. Don't let him do "Okay," some whack ass version of "Oh Canada." No, give it to it because that song. That, like if you watch like the hockey games and hear the crowd singing "Oh Canada" with them, it's like the greatest thing. I remember watching it just like I was a kid. I think it was like a Vancouver game, like in the playoffs, where the singer just stopped and just put the mic out to the stands because the entire crowd was singing the anthem so loud and proud and everything. It was like, that's cool. There aren't a lot of games here where
we
that do
sing
that.
it.
Oh, we sing it.
We
but
sing it.
not like.
Well, as of late, we haven't sang it like that in like 10 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Here, I still cry when I hear the national anthem.
A good version.
No, I still cry. No, I cry at any version because I am still an American. Forever.
Well, of course, yeah.
But yeah, I still cry. I know that we have a lot of work to do, but it's it's an emotional song.
No, that is true.
I was trying to look up if Aladdin, the kid from Aladdin, if he is Canadian, because I think he is. Oh, I was trying to look up if the kid from Aladdin was Canadian. I still think we should ask him these questions because it's just...
I think, well, let's do one or two more.
Okay, go ahead.
So before we finish off, I think, what is one thing that you have in the works? Like, what's your next project that you want to get out there, or your next thing that you're working on? If you haven't started already, that you have in your head floating around that you want to get.
The next thing I would say for Color Collective would be like after Fringe to to be able to start start touring actually. So that's
Colleges.
Yeah,
right?
to do
Or
to
anything.
do college tours and just and tours along with that. Like
Right.
so like if we were going to Portland,
Right.
we would then try to go to Oregon State and Oregon University because
Right.
they're within an hour. Like that sort of thing. We're trying to do more tours to really just to spread the spread the word of the show and expand the audience. There'll be that, and a couple of other things. The other next different project.
You write though, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one thing I had been working on was for next year's Fringe, I would love to put up a musical.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I have
That'd be great.
let's have an idea for one and had already started working on it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, it would be a musical, a parody
Right.
of Little Shop of Horrors. So that was always my favorite one as a kid.
Okay.
Really the only one I knew of as a kid. But I was like,
It's the one to know.
Like, I would love to do a version of that because, like, the music is so good from it,
Yeah.
and the story is fun. I was like, I'd love to do a modern version of that.
Yeah.
So I would say that would be the next goal.
Okay.
That would be the next project that I would work on, just along with other, just writing and just trying to, create things out, build the portfolio.
Yeah, I mean, you're writing your pilot. I know that you're writing your pilot. You helped me with my short film, so you're a successful writer, producer. You're a man with many hats. Thank you so much, Royce, for being on our podcast, being our first guest.
Yeah, no, this was fun.
And I Instagrammed that we were getting fucked up because White Claw is the way to get fucked up.
This is really
also,
good.
Also, we're not sponsored by White Claw, but if you want to sponsor us,
we're not sponsored by anybody, but we're pushing that right now. We are.
Yeah, if you want to sponsor us, White Claw, no problem.
No, this is pretty good. It just tastes like
good,
normal,
dude.
like sparkling water.
Now that it's after Memorial Day, that's for sure like a summer.
I mean, it's still like in the 60s here though, so
it's
been weird. Like it's been like 65 degrees, and it's like the summertime. It's like this is like this weekend is like the day when the amusement parks like open up to.
You know what I'm a little bummed about? That you didn't talk about Philly cheesesteak at all.
Well, see, if we had started talking about Philly, that would have just.
But I thought you were from Philly. I didn't know you were from Jersey.
I was born in Philly, raised in South Jersey. Like I lived like across the bridge from Philly, like anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes away. When I was growing up, because I lived in Philly until like first grade.
Because you're always telling me about what good Philly cheesesteak there is to eat. So I just.
Oh yeah, like.
What's your favorite Philly cheesesteak out here in LA?
In LA, that would be either Booze.
Booze all day.
Yeah, Booze is great, and I like Philly's best.
Okay, where's that?
And that's in Burbank.
Yeah, that place is so
good. They have
good.
pork roll.
Yes.
That's a whole different thing. Like that's what I love about that. They have pork roll, and you can order it through them.
What's your favorite
cakes.
Philly cheesesteak in Philly? You can't choose.
That's
a loaded.
hard.
That's like me trying to pick pizza in Chicago. Just kidding, I have mine. Illuminati's. Go to Illuminati's.
Oh, I love Illuminati's. Yeah, that is great. When I drove to LA from Virginia, when I moved out here, I stopped in Chicago specifically to go to Illuminati's.
Yes.
On the way to go see my little sister in Minneapolis.
Unfortunately, Xander is from.
What'd you just say?
Unfortunately, Xander is from.
Fortunately.
From.
New York.
New York. So he doesn't understand.
City, state.
Upstate New York.
Upstate New York.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand the beauty of deep dish pizza.
No, I understand it. I understand that it's disgusting.
What?
Yeah, dude, I'll look at that stuff and want to throw up.
He gags. When I show him Illuminati's, he gags.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
what?
I know.
Deep dish pizza is great. If you want to call it a casserole, whatever you want to call it. It's
call
meat,
it a lasagna.
Cheese,
I
and
don't
sauce.
care.
It's great.
It's not
good.
pizza. What you just said it yourself. You call it something else. You can't even call it pizza.
Well, I call
pizza.
Well, I call it deep.
Firm
I
on
call
the
it
bottom,
deep dish pizza.
Folded over with one hand, has a nice crunch in it.
Now-
That's pizza.
New York style pizza.
Also good. Good.
I love them both. If I had to choose one over the other, I would probably take a slice of New York
What?
pizza.
I thought you were gonna say deep dish.
Oh,
I thought you had I was in the bag with
Because
this one. Oh
I
my
guess
God.
maybe part of it is because I can eat 8 slices of New York pizza.
Oh, right.
I can't eat 8 slices of deep dish.
Dude, you have one slice of deep dish, you're good to go.
Yeah, you want to throw up.
This is true. No.
It's not throw.
No.
Royce, you sounded like my mom in that when you're like, no, don't say that about food.
No, because with in
Blasphemy.
New York, last time I was there, it's like there was a place where it was like dollar slices. They were still good. They were still better than the vast majority of what you get out here in LA.
Here's the thing. I had to search and really search for good food out here in LA.
There's some good pizza spots. I like Large
It's
Spot
happening.
Pizza.
I'm
Large,
starting to learn.
Village Pizza. It's in Large
Garage
Spot.
pizza's good.
Garage pizza's
Gra-
delicious.
Inferno.
Have
I
you
like-
tried the Inferno? Would you like spicy stuff? Cause
Not
Just
pizza.
ate-
yeah,
wings.
Inferno is very spicy.
Spicy pizza. That's
Oh,
that's not
see,
my
so,
thing.
so when we go back to his house, like to his home, they have this thing called spicy pie.
No, that's at Coachella. We have buffalo
Oh
chicken
shit!
pizza.
Fuck.
Oh, well,
yeah,
of
Buffalo
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, Buffalo. That's where it started. Yeah.
I'm so fucked up. I confused Coachella with New York.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow. That sounds like there's some things to unpack there.
Coachella definitely has this really good spicy pie, though.
Christ.
Anyway, yeah. So let's close up.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. Yeah, man. So once again, we really appreciate it being the first guest on this show. It was great
Yeah.
having you. It was great opening my mind to stuff that you're going through, to what your creative process is, to what just what you want to do, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
No,
for
no, of course
sharing.
not. This has been a lot of fun.
Yay! I'm so happy you came on, Royce. Thank you for being here in our
Yes.
small studio apartment. Thank you for petting our dog so much. Royce has officially gotten the best guest award because a lot of y'all come over here and don't pet my dog. So
I mean, how can you
Royce
not?
won.
How can you not? It's a little, cute little guy.
Yeah, he's a little cute rat, but he's a sweetheart. And you know what? You really showed him that you care.
Mm-hmm.
I want to thank you guys for watching. Whoever does end up watching this, Royce, say goodbye. Go
Bye.
see Color Collective Fringe.
Yes.
I'm drunk now.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't. That was so much fun. Sorry for keeping you for so long.
Oh no, that went like quick for me. That was fine.
Yeah, that was,
Good.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like Xander was like, "Oh, what's next?"
No, you guys are fun. That was,
Okay,
that was
good.
Great.
We're still tweaking things. You were our first guest, you know.
Well done.
I did want to ask more, but like, I feel like it was getting too deep, and then it was like fun, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But